Welcome to Tech Tuesday for May. This is our last Tech Tuesday of the 2017-18 school year. It's been a great year. Good afternoon. I'm Julie Erickson. I'm a learning specialist here at TIE, and today we're going to be talking about FlipGrid. So FlipGrid is an incredible resource to help students tell their story via short videos. And so it's been a really great way for educators to bring in some interaction and even global connections. So there's lots of different resources, and FlipGrid has become wildly popular in this last year. So let's learn a little bit about FlipGrid and some of the resources to support it. First thing, you do have resources that you can use to refer back to after today's training, and they are located at tie.link/JE-FlipGrid. And that's just a quick Diigo outliner that you can go to, and we have a little bit about FlipGrid, a getting started ebook that somebody's put together, a trainer has put together on that, and then also some ideas to incorporate FlipGrid into your classroom. So lots of different resources there. So what's the origins of FlipGrid? FlipGrid was actually created for educators by educators. The platform was originally created by Dr. Charles Miller as a way to stay in touch with his PhD students during his global study on education. His students started using the video sharing platform with their students, and the platform spread throughout the University of Minnesota. So I think it's kind of cool that it's a neighboring state. And then it kept spreading all the way to everyone and beyond. When you look at the reach of FlipGrid, it has gone, it's grown incredibly in this last year. There are 225,000 plus educators use FlipGrid in 150 plus countries. There are 11.2 million students use FlipGrid to amplify their voices, and there are 3.4 billion plus seconds of videos shared. It's kind of interesting when we go in and look at my dashboard, and I don't have a ton of videos, but you can see exactly how many hours of video that you have created. They keep track of that for you. The FlipGrid also has an incredible connections on social media, and they do a great deal of work there. And so it's FlipGrid connects on Twitter. They're really active on Twitter chats. Somebody says it's a Snapchat for education, and so it's a really great way to connect our students with each other in the classroom, to be able to have them share their learning with you, and also to make connections with classes outside of your school. And so whether you're looking at another school, another state, another country, it really has opened up doors for that. So how can we use FlipGrid? There are so many different ways that you can use FlipGrid, and it's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it. FlipGrid can be used anywhere from preschool all the way to adult, and so I've seen it being used extensively in adult training situations, but I've also used it with a group of pre-K through middle school students to do some reflections, and it was just very powerful. As you can see, there's a number of different examples of how FlipGrid can be used here. And it ranges from, introductions, icebreakers. Some of the schools will use it for a welcome back, and so they'll have their teachers record a welcome back video to students and then send that out, and then the kids can go in and watch and kind of meet their teachers before school starts. You can also use it as a way for goal setting, parent-family involvement, because the individual student videos can be shared with just the link for that one video by an individual student can be shared with parents, and so you don't have to share the whole collection of videos. You can just share one. So lots of different options for using FlipGrid. And here's another one of their numbers. 1.2 years of video is shared on FlipGrid every day. That's just an incredible amount of video. And they've also won an incredible amount of awards. The American Association of School Librarians has their best apps, and it was their best app in 2017, and it was also the best website in 2017. And those are one of the things that I really follow personally. But the Cool Tool Awards, they received that for 2017, the Webby Awards, and then also they were featured in by Apple in notable education apps, formative assessment apps, and make, say, do, write, do apps. And so they have received a number of recognitions in some of the major organizations that follow these things. So let's kind of do a quick run through slides to look at what your options are for how to create, how easy it is, and then we'll actually go to my dashboard and look around there too, so you can see just how easy it is to create a FlipGrid. So first thing you need to do is go to flipgrid.com and sign up. There is a free account and there is a paid account, and we'll look at the differences between those when we flip over to my account. So first thing we'll do is we'll pretend we signed up, and then we're going to jump to creating a grid. So your grid, when you have a free account, you can only have one grid with an unlimited number of topics, and so that's, you know, no big deal. The grid is for your students, your staff, anyone to be able to see, and we're looking at a grid right now. So this is a grid with multiple topics on it. And you can personalize the grid. You notice that they have a customized banner up there. They have their title. They have some more information. And so you can really customize what that looks like. And then you can also control who has access to it. And so you can set that up. The next thing you do is you set up topics. And so topics are discussion questions, themes, or challenges for your grid. You have the ability to moderate videos, and so if you want to, you know, as you're working with the kids and getting them started, and you want to make sure that they are doing appropriate videos to begin with, you can moderate those so they don't automatically pop up. You can use any media for your topic, and so if you wanted to embed a video as a prompt, you could do that. So you could record yourself, you could have the kids watch a video on a topic, and then they could respond in video. You can also attach a file to your topic. And so if you notice on this one, this Reefs at Risk, we have a little video up here to introduce it. We also have some background here, but then we also have a Google Doc. And then you can see there's 28 videos that have been recorded for that topic. Step 3, and this is what I think is just the easiest part about all this, is students can respond to topics. And how do they do that? First of all, when you set it up, you can set the student response length, but students have they can do as many retakes as they want. So if they don't like it, they can do a retake. They can personalize their images with stickers and drawings, and they can also add titles, hashtags, and attachments. And to get them to share, all they have to do is either have the app on their phone or their mobile device, or they visit the code on a website. So very simple. They don't have to log in. There's no logins. And the other thing that's great is when you have all these recordings, you can see you have developed a community, and you can actually, with the paid version, you can actually do responses. And so on this one right here, we see that Danielle has multiple responses to her video. So that's pretty nice. You can share FlipGrid on pretty much anywhere. So you can embed them into your LMS. You can also just link them on your blogs, on your websites, and you'll see all of the different resources that FlipGrid is compatible with. So let's pop over to my FlipGrid real quick, and we will look at how easy it is to use it. So when we're in here, you can enter a FlipGrid code, and so this is if I were to had a code. And so like here's a code that I created for today's training. I could very easily pop over here and enter the code. And now I am able to add my voice and share that. And so you can see how easy it is. You don't have to have any logins or anything to share this with your students. So you can also from here do the educator login. You also have a number of resources that you can look at for free. And so if you wanted to see what kind of information they provide, they give you a teacher guide that you can view and download. They have a student guide that you can view and download. They do a really nice walkthrough video to guide you through getting started up. And then here's the FlipGrid ebook that I've linked with for you guys on the resources for today. So lots of different resources there to help get you started. I really like their help is good. They also have some downloads and some documents to assist you also. You can also see the pricing here, and so if you are curious on the differences between, you can see the options to do. You can do it as an educator, you can do it as a group, you can do it as a school. We will look at, you can also use it for free. And if we look at the feature breakdown, here you see you have one is free forever, and it tells you the number of grids you get, number of topics, responses, video links. Notice the free one, you only have 15 or 90 seconds. The paid version, you have many more options. You don't have the student reply to response videos in the free, but you do in the paid. I mean, so it's really nice because you can use the free one effectively, especially if you wanted to try it out to see. You have enough features there to be really really useful. So I'm going to log in and we will show you my dashboard. And so here's my dashboard. I have 35 minutes and 31 seconds of total engagement time across my grids. And I only have one grid because I have that free option. And you'll notice that you have the option here to like create another grid. And if I were to click on that, it would say, oh, if you want to do that, you need to upgrade to FlipGrid Classroom. So pretty simple to see how that works. And to see what options you have to do. So here's my grid. It's called training. I have 10 topics and 23 videos. Here's the flip code for that entire grid. And if I wanted to look at that as a student, I can click on this and it'll show me what it looks like as a student. And so this is these are all of the different topics that I have going on there. So the last response I had was in February. There's 36 minutes of engagement there. And I can change the grid from active to inactive. I can also share that, and it gives me options. I could make a QR code. I can embed it. So I have a number of different options there. I have a code. Remember how we typed that code in on the website? You could also use that code to type in on any of the apps. You can also just send out the link, or I can send it directly to social media. And here I have some options I can edit the grid, I can view my topics, I can add some collaborators, I can look at some integrations, I can also delete it if I wanted to, and here I can edit it. So I'm going to pop into this and view my topics, because remember I can have an unlimited number of topics. And so when I'm looking at that, I can very easily create a new topic, and we'll do that really fast just so that you can see what that looks like and how easy it is. So you have to do a title, and so you have to name your topic. I can set in advance the date, so if I wanted to have a topic show up on Friday to align with the assignment that I'm doing, I can set that up so that it'll post on Friday. Because I have the free version, I can either have 90 seconds or I can have 15 seconds for response time. I don't have all of the options that I would if I had the paid version. The topic or description, this is about my topic. Notice that I can embed links here. I can also do some limited formatting. I can make my topic active. I can freeze it, which means that students can still view responses, but they can't add any more, or I can make it inactive, in which students can't see it. Here we have the launch and freeze dates. If I wanted to be able to do that, I can only do this with FlipGrid Classroom, though, the paid version. So here are some topic resources, and this is where if I wanted to record, upload, or import a topic stimulus for this topic, I can do that. Here I can record a video, I can add a video, I can upload an image, a Giphy, an emoji, so you have lots of options there. I can also do an attachment here if I wanted to, and so Google Docs, OneNote, Dropbox, and you would do the title and it links. Response features. So I can turn on and off if I want the kids to be able to put stickers and drawings on their selfies. They can do stickers only, they can do drawings only, or they can say none. But this makes it way more like Snapchat in terms of being able to embellish. But it also, if they take a picture of a response, say their math problem, they could draw an arrow to, and here's my answer, or I have a question about this, or, some sort of, they'd be able to annotate that. They also, you can do response reactions, and so you can do emojis, you can like, and you can also say none. And then the response link. And so you can add a link to their video, and links can be public, they can be private, or they can be none. And you can also turn on and off the number of video views. You can also have students add a title. And then when we get down to feedback, you can provide basic feedback, but the customized feedback is only available in Classroom. And so then when we're all said and done, we create the topic and we're good to go. So let's look at an example of a FlipGrid that has been all created. So last summer, I worked with a group of students, and we did some makerspace activities and created little finger puppets, or little clothespin puppets, and asked them the question, it's a puppet, let the puppet tell us one new thing you've learned this summer. And so we went through and had the students share. Let's see if I can find one that's really, there's some fun ones. Let's see, we'll do Abby and Carson. And so these students shared what they did. One little girl learned math and the other one learned how to help others. There's been 10 views. We could say we liked it and give it a heart. We can, if we had Classroom, we could actually do the some feedback. And notice that we can share just this link with our students. And so this would allow us to share just this video with our parents, with another colleague. So you'd be able to just share one of the topic in this grid. So that's kind of nice. But this was what was fascinating about this activity, was this little pair then went on, and so that was the first one, and they were kind of tentative, and then but the next one they were more engaged, and then finally the third one, it was like, this is what we were thinking, and we designed this because of this, and it was really interesting to hear them discuss their thinking and how they designed their process. And so we didn't ever record their faces in this situation. It was just they showed their project and described how they built it and what they were thinking. And so that pretty much covers up, the background details of FlipGrid. And so let's pop back over to the PowerPoint real quick. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys with FlipGrid was the discovery library. And so if you're like, what can I really do with this? You can actually go in and use the discovery library. And in here we have lots of, and that's on the top of the page, and I've also linked it. You have lots of suggestions, and so you have trending topics, you have all sorts of different ideas that you can go in and look for to get some ideas to use FlipGrid. And then how can you stay connected? Lots and lots of different ways to stay connected. FlipGrid is very active, like I said earlier, on Twitter. And so FlipGrid Fever is a really popular hashtag, and you can get lots of good ideas there. The resources on FlipGrid that we looked at earlier, they have webinars, they have ideas, they have integration documents, and lots more. They have webinars. They have a blog, and that kind of, I follow that to keep up on what's the latest and greatest going on in FlipGrid. Their help is always good. And then finally, you can get flipgrid.com certified and become a certified educator and go through a little training process, and then you get direct emails from FlipGrid, and it's a really great way to stay in the loop with what's going on. So you have lots of different options to learn about FlipGrid and share that information. And you also have all the resources that we shared today. So that, I believe, is everything that we're going to touch on for FlipGrid. I appreciate your time watching, and so if you want to go back and look at those resources, it's tie.link/JE-FlipGrid. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to get a hold of me. Hope you have a great summer, and we will have another round of Tech Tuesdays starting up in September.